Hey guys, Go Blue 117, and I'm back for Chapter 2 of Fire Emblem 7. Last video we figured out what the main quest is. We're gonna find Lynn's grandfather in Castle Kalen, but we're gonna be met by many enemies I guess under orders of Lord Lundgren, the Marcus's brother, who wants to kill him, and kill Lynn as well. So, we're going to stop at this altar first, though, before we go, so that we can get blessed by the spirits and have good luck on our journey. Sorry, guys. Hang on just a second. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I got the phone right here. Anyway, so what we just learned from that is we go into the altar to see the sword, the Mani Kati, and like touch it or whatever, and it's gonna bless us for our journey. But now we got some local ruffians who are gonna steal it, so we have to defeat the local ruffians. And we're gonna learn the most useless thing in the game, which is going to houses. When you go to houses, and do not confuse houses with villages, which we'll learn about, I think, next chapter, you get absolutely nothing. You get advice that is absolutely useless. Now, maybe there are one or two exceptions to this, but most of it is absolutely useless, and I am going to go to these three houses because I have to, and probably never go to another home again. And again, don't confuse houses with villages, because villages actually give you items, and those you definitely want to go to. Okay. Try not to cough as much this time. In between narration sessions, I went and got some water, but it doesn't seem to be helping that much. Alright, so now that we've wasted 2 minutes talking to random people, we can actually start, and this time the battle, I believe, is not rigged. So now they're going to talk about fortresses, and so fortresses are better than actually the forest. They give you better avoid. Also, when you go to a fortress, when it's your turn again, after you wait in a fortress, you'll gain a little bit of HP. Usually it's between 3 to 5, which is nice, so that you don't have to use a vulnerary or a healer. But usually if you're down to 1 HP out of 25, you're not going to be using a fortress to heal yourself all the way. Now, the main problem that we have to deal with is that there are those mountains randomly put in the map, and horses, and I think it's just horses, cannot go over the mountains. So, we have to deal with that. But as we learned in one of the houses, although you probably could have guessed anyway, the section of wall of its crack can actually be destroyed with our swords. So I'm probably going to just take Kent and hit the wall a bunch of times. Or probably just 2. So I'll just wait with Lynn right there. And Kent can wait there, and I'll let Sane take care of some more stuff. And no, you're going to go after Lynn, of course. Which is probably not a bad thing. I think Sane is a higher level anyway. During these first 10 chapters, we're not going to gain a lot of experience. Comparatively. Because we're facing like level 1 units right now. However, once we get into chapter 11 and stuff, we'll start gaining experience pretty quickly, especially for low-level units. We're fighting some regular enemies will give them 40 experience, which is not going to be the case once we get over about level 3. We'll start just getting 20 or something. And most of our units are going to be right around level 7, I would think. Maybe a little higher or a little lower. And I'm talking about units I plan on using in the future. Kent may still be at level 2 by that time, but I don't know. And you're going to go after Kent, of course. Why? Why is there a need to give Kent experience? Whatever. Let's go ahead and finish up this wall. So I'll just hit that. Bring Lynn over so she's a little closer. And you. And now we can finally break through, and I'll just leave Kent right here unless I need him for some reason. So I'm thinking, since Lynn does not have a lance, and Sane does, I'm going to let Sane take care of these 2 units. And send Lynn down to the bottom of the map, and then she'll have to come back up to seize the throne after Sane defeats the boss. Actually, you know what? Should I just kill you? Yeah, I'll just kill you with Lynn. Okay, that's fair. Then Lynn gets 2 kills, and then Sane kills the boss. That should be pretty even for... Well, I guess not, but as close as I'm going to get to even experience. And I'll come up here, and you're going to be more than fine. Because he can do 3 damage to you. However, just because I'm just going to wait. And this is a little tactic that you might want to use. When you can defeat an enemy in 2 turns, if you wait by him, then he'll only get 1 chance to attack you, assuming you hit both times. Whereas if you attack and then let him attack, he'll be able to attack you twice, so... That's a tactic that can get you out of some tricky spots, or just help you in general. Of course, it's not 1 versus 2, but 2 versus 4 if the enemy can double attack you. But, whatever. You get the idea. So let's go ahead and kill you. Oh my god, Sane. Oh wow, you missed too. Whatever. I was gonna have to wait to let Lynn come back anyway. And the boss healed because, I think I mentioned this earlier, some of the boss areas, like thrones, will let you heal. I think it works for you too, but you can never really get thrones. It's usually bosses that are just sitting on the throne. So, they don't really help you out as much. And we got a vulnerary. This is the first time we've actually gotten an item from defeating an enemy. When you highlight an enemy with R and check its stats and stuff, if there is an item that is glowing yellow, you can actually get it when you defeat it. Although sometimes the game either glitches or does something weird where it gives you the item that is not yellow, and in some cases it's cheating you out of a good sword, maybe, that you were supposed to get for a vulnerary, or some crappy like that. So sometimes it'll do that, but I don't know if it's that's just the ROM version of this game. Anyway, we just seized the throne. that's about it for this chapter. And I've kind of decided now that I will talk a little during these, so like I did during some of the dialogues from Superstar Saga. So now we get to touch the Manikati, and my game pixelated again, but hang on. There it goes. But now something weird's happening. And it turns out that Lyn is going to actually be able to use the Manikati, which is actually, I think it's a contradiction, because if you remember during the earlier cutscene, the priest guy told the rebel that to use the Manikati in combat was sacrilege, but he's going to let us use it in combat, so I don't know if it was just the other guy that can't use it, or if it was just... It just seemed really ambiguous to me. So, anyway, we get the Manikati, which is a great sword. It's actually really, really good. Very good critical boost, power boost. You get hit more often, but that's not really a big deal. Lyn doesn't get hit that much anyway if you use her against axe people, which is really the main part of these first few chapters, are axe-wielding bandits. And then some sword-wielding bandits, but then it's just even. But we get that. It only has 46 uses, so I'm just going to be using the Iron Sword for probably the next 4 chapters or so, just to make sure that I can use it in the final chapter, because I like to use the last chapter of this part to get Lyn a couple levels, and hopefully get her up to around 8 or 9, because we won't see her until about 15 after we finish the first part in 10, so... And yeah, if I didn't mention already, the main part of these first 10 chapters for Lyn's quest is what I already explained at the beginning, which is to get to Castle Caelin and defeat Lungern. And then we'll have a new quest for chapters 11 to 30 something or other. But here's Lungren, and all we learn... Hang on a second, guys. That Lungren's just going to wait around, not send his soldiers out, because he's just going to let the bandits kill us. But we're going to try and avoid being killed. So, yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys in the next chapter when we meet another new unit.